Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a little vlog as I get the Implanon rod in my arm changed. I've done a few videos about this when I had it originally done 3 years ago, and now it's expired or it needs to be changed. They need to be changed every 3 years for most people, so I'm going to get mine replaced today because of course I either have the choice to change to something else or stick with it, and I had a pretty good experience, so I'm sticking with it. I don't really know how much I'll be able to show here, how clear it will show up, but it is in my arm. It's a bit hard to feel. I feel like I can only feel it in my arm when I flex, so I'm not doing that for any weird reason, but it doesn't really show up through the skin. I know some people can kind of pull it down and it pops out. I'm trying to see if I can even find the scar. Normally I scar pretty easily, but all I have is just this tiny little dot above my thumb there. I don't know how much is showing up. So very faint, but when I went to purchase the Implanon last week, which I'll show in a sec, the doctor said they're pretty much just going to try and open it at the same site, take it out, and then put the new one straight in. This is just the Implanon, what I got from the chemist, and there is a picture of what it looks like. I was a little bit tempted to open it up and stick a beak inside, but I'm just going to leave it for the doctor. So I'm about to head out and I'm bringing you along with me. I'm very nervous because I have heard it hurts a lot more to get it replaced than just getting it originally, but I'm sure I'll be able to verify that once I have it done. So I've got to head out so I'm not late. My appointment's in about 20 minutes and I've still got to drive there and get in and everything like that. So I'm just going to head out with you now. I'm waiting in the car right now to go in, and I've got to say I'm so fucking scared that it's going to hurt. I don't remember much about last time, and I was an idiot and didn't even watch my own videos talking about getting it the first time. So it was 3 years ago. I completely forgot the experience, and I'm just hoping it doesn't hurt as much as other people have told me it does. Here's hoping it's not super painful, but I've stalled enough in the car park. It is time to go in. Alright, I've just gotten back from the doctor's, and of course I didn't film anything while I was in there because I figured I'd have to blur everything out anyway during the procedure. And apart from that, my reaction to it was a little bit upset when they gave me the local anesthetic. I have a reasonable pain tolerance, I guess, but of course getting multiple needles in my arm and the fact I was very nervous, I was a little bit upset, you know, from the pain and nerves. So that's why I'm not wearing any eye makeup right now, because I figured I'd tear. But after that, I was completely fine. The actual swapping over of the Implanon was reasonably quick. I think that the time that passed from when I went in until completely getting out of there from the doctor's office was 30 minutes, which I feel is pretty good. Most of the time the doctor was setting up, but it didn't take long. I'm just going to quickly take off my jacket so I can actually show you my arm. Not that there's much to see since I am covered in bandages, but I can explain a little bit better. So the Implanon is inside my arm right now. This bandage is just meant to help cut down on bruising, so I've got to leave that there for a day. Below this I have a big band-aid, and that's just got to stay on for a couple days. And below that, on the actual incision site, is just a steri strip, and apparently I've got to leave that on for as long as possible. I'm going to put my arm down now because it was feeling not so great before, and now it's feeling extra numb. I noticed when I finished up in the doctor's office that this arm was really pale white, and it wasn't from cutting off circulation. I think it was just maybe the effect of getting the Implanon changed. This arm was completely white, almost purple, and this one still looking pretty white because of my complexion. It was just more of my skin color. I did feel a little bit queasy after I had it changed, and I guess that was to be expected since for myself last time as well I felt a little queasy too, I remembered. But that passed pretty quickly. After I had some water, I felt a lot better. And funnily enough, the doctor asked if I wanted to see the Implanon she removed. So with the box that I showed before, the Implanon was inside and I didn't open it myself. She showed me that there was a big applicator and the tiny Implanon inside, but the one that she removed from my arm was literally the size of a matchstick and super duper bendy. In the arm, I guess there's layers of skin and tissue in front of it and everything, so feeling it, it felt a lot firmer, but she was bending it in her hand. It was so bendy. So that was very interesting to see. I'll quickly mention as well, I asked a few questions in there because I was curious this time around getting it changed if anything would be different. First of all, I wondered if I would get any spotting, and she didn't seem to think so. I suppose maybe my body, as far as it's concerned, thinks this is the same Implanon. When I first got the Implanon put inside my arm, of course, I had to wait for my period or after my period. There was something that I had to do waiting for the hormones, but this time, since I'm not getting my period pretty regularly or at all, there was nothing to wait for, and my body hopefully won't notice a difference. So hopefully I won't have any spotting or anything like that. The other thing I thought I'd mention before I go is the fact that the doctor was able to use the same scar to open up and change this Implanon. Apparently it was pretty easy, as far as she said, to get the old one out and put in the new one. So hopefully there won't be too much scar area there, and hopefully it'll end up looking like the previous one. Pretty faint, barely anything to see at all. But of course I'll give any updates as they happen, if there is anything to update on. Otherwise, I think I'll leave this video here. But before I go, I thought I'd ask, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try to answer them either in the comments section or by doing another video. So any questions you have, whether you've never had Implanon before, or if you've had it for the first time or about to get it replaced, let me know, because I'd love to answer any questions based on my experience. But now I will be leaving it here, so I just wanted to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!